Yo guys, it's Hence back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be going over, some of the problems that are going on with HUT right now and what I think that needs to be fixed in order to make the game better and make the game actually playable at this point. So to start off, I have like a whole script here that I'm going to go off of for this whole video just so I can get everything that I want to say out. So the first thing I want to say is I made a video on this kind of topic. I called it a rant a couple of months ago, but it's not really a rant at this point. It's more just, my thoughts on what needs to happen in order for this game to be fixed and actually be a good game worth spending your money on. Because at this point in time, I do not think that this game is worth spending your money on. Period. So a couple months ago, I removed a video from my channel that went over this kind of, how to fix the game because I had a lot of misinformation about who's at fault for what. And from my new resources, the people that I've been talking to about this, the people at fault are mostly the people at the top at EA, the people who, the owners of EA not giving the HUT developers enough money and enough time to develop a good game, and it's very, very, very rushed. So I do think that it's primarily their fault, but there is a little bit of accountability that needs to be held on the developers of the actual game, and they need to, figure it out. If that means that they release a dog shit game like this one, and next year they release a really good game, then I'm fine with that. But make that transparent with the community. Say we're gonna put all of our effort into NHL 24, and NHL 23 is not gonna be as innovative, as new as the other games, but NHL 24 is gonna be great. Make that apparent. Tell us that straight up. We don't want to be left in this sense of mystery of what's going to happen in the future. So you guys need to tell us that. So what I do know is that the content guys, being Hawk and Clappy and Moose and them, are doing the best that they can with the limited resources that they have. And from everything I've seen on Twitter, Hawk replies to so many people about the game. Says he brings them up brings every problem up in the channels to help people fix their problems. And I do see that, and that is very appreciated. Hawk is definitely one of the good guys of the community, and probably he's kind of the face of the community right now. He's the guy that interacts with the community, the HUT community at the very least, and he's very good with that stuff. So I think that he is the GOAT of the EA NHL company right now. So let's first talk about events, because that's like the main thing of HUT is honestly the menus, not really the gameplay. So overall, I think the events as a whole this year have been better than what they were the last 2 years. But there's certainly still lots of room for improvement. These are some needs. Okay, this is again my opinion, but I think that a lot of people are going to agree with my opinion. First things first, tradable MSPs from sets need to be a thing. They should be, double the price of an untradeable MSP or around that, but they should give you like a choice pack of one of two tradable MSPs. And this is to make the market not so shallow. First of all, that would increase the price of everything on the market, because them costing, so like a tradable MSP costing 800k would mean that they would sell on the market for around 800k, which makes the whole game's life cycle last longer, because, being able to buy a 90 overall MSP at less than 100k from Nations of Hockey is absolutely ridiculous at this point in the year. And, that can't be a thing. I think MSPs need to be more expensive. Everything in the game needs to be more expensive, so there's that sense of chase in this game, because right now it's way too easy for somebody, pick up the game and have a 99 overall team really quickly without even spending money. Maybe not 99, but like at this point in the year, like a 90 overall team without spending any money. The next thing is cards need to start at a higher overall, like last year as the year progresses. So the MSP cards, so like, how they start at 84 and they upgrade to 92 for this event? Well, I think they should start at like 85 or 86 this event and upgrade to 92 instead of always starting at 84, because that just wastes everybody's time upgrading them each step. The base cards aren't really that usable, and it's just a pain just to be able to do that. So for example, you could trade in 5 collectibles this year instead of 2 to get a choice pack of one of two 86s or something like that. And that should help, make the game, it's just a quality of life update, I feel like, more than anything else. And I think that needs to be a thing this year. Event cards, so like the cards that release for the events, this isn't the best example of that for an event, but these like NHL All-Star cards, for example, I think they need to have attribute stats that like set them apart from their other cards. So for example, in the Milestones event, somebody like Alex Ovechkin for breaking Gordie Howe's record of goals should get, like he did, a very much boosted shot. But those should be the only event cards. There shouldn't be a bunch of random 85 overalls that are just a +1 upgrade from their base card or a +1 upgrade from their prime time that doesn't give them any, special stats. Those cards are just rinse and repeat. They're just there for sets. They're so useless in this game. We don't need those cards. We want to have every card feel special. And the way to do that is reduce the quantity of cards, but increase the quality of the cards. So I think that should definitely be a thing. And then you might say, well, what about the event objectives? What's going to happen with those? How come, if they switch that up, we're never going to be able to unlock the event objectives? Well, that's where my next step comes in. Event objectives this year are definitely a W, but they're so very long to grind, and it's so hard for most people to get them done, that in my opinion, instead of a free MSP every event that is super hard to get, they should have a free MSP every 2 or 3 events that's a little bit easier to get, that you don't need to have these event cards for. Just complete certain challenges like score X amount of goals, score or take X amount of shots, and then you get this MSP. And they should be a little bit easier to get than playing 600 games, but they shouldn't be as frequent. So every 2, 3, maybe 4 events, they throw in a free MSP for us. And I think that would be better for the health of the game too, because that way you're not getting a free MSP every event. And I know that seems to help some people and getting a free MSP every event, but it's kind of boring to me. I'd rather it be a special occasion, not every event occasion, because then it just kind of feels boring, and you don't really need to grind it all to play the game. You just kind of passively get them, and I don't really like that much. So that's what I think needs to happen for events. And then the next step for this, debate, or not debate, but this, not a rant either, this discussion, I guess is the right word to say, is the reward structure of this game. First things first, Champs Rewards. Champs Rewards absolutely suck. They suck. They just simply put need to be better for the time investment. FIFA rewards are way better than this. If I get 11 wins in FIFA, I get so much stuff. I don't just get an ultimate choice pack. I get 3 player picks, 3 team of the weeks. Player picks being 84 plus player picks, a 1 of 3, and then I get team of the weeks, and then I get 100k pack, I get a 50k pack, I get a 125k pack, which is an ultimate pack in FIFA. It's just so much better in FIFA, and it takes less time to play your games in FIFA. It takes so long to play your games in NHL, and you just don't get that same reward as you do in FIFA. So the Champs Rewards, simply put, need to be better. I know that you might say, oh, that's going to flood the market with too many cards. Well, that's fine. Make the cards more expensive. Make them more limited. Make them, harder to get. Make them more desirable. That way, the cards on the market are going to be a little bit more expensive, but you'll also be getting coins passively a little bit quicker, and, it'll be a lot better for the health of the game as a whole. The next part is the Div 1 and 2 Rivals rewards I think they're very fair. But it should be win-based and not point-based. It shouldn't be, get 5,950 points on day 2 of Rivals to get Ultimate in Div 3. But it should be get 30 wins on the season and then you get Ultimate rewards. Get 25 wins on the season, you get Diamond. 20 wins is Platinum, 15 wins is Gold, 10 wins is Silver, etc., etc. I think that's how it should be. In FIFA, there's only 2 tiers of rewards. There's 4 wins and 8 wins in Rivals. And the Division progress is a lot better in FIFA 2 if you guys have never played it before. Basically, you get to certain checkpoints, and every time you win a game or a certain amount of games, you get to a checkpoint. And then once you get through all the checkpoints in the division, then you promote to the next division, and you can't drop back to the lower division. And then when the season ends, which is every 2 months, then you get your division set back by 2 divisions. So for example, if you started in Division 6 on FIFA and you ended in Division 4, at the end of the season you would drop back down to Division 6 and you'd have to grind your way back to Division 4. It makes the game so much more refreshing, and I really like that about the game. And the next thing is that the rewards need to be upgraded throughout the year. These rewards for Division 3 are fine at the start of the game, for sure, but at this point in the year, they need to be upgraded. I think Gold should be getting Ultimate packs, Platinum should be getting Ultimate packs, maybe one Ultimate pack for untradeable, and then for tradable, you get a 75k pack instead of an Ultimate pack or something like that. Just so, you get better packs for grinding the game so hard, and I really think that that's important to do, is upgrade the packs throughout the year. And then the difference between Division 2 and Division 3 is absolutely nuts. Platinum in Division 3 or Division 2, I think, gives you Ultimate packs or 75k packs or something. And this Division, Platinum gives you 5 80 plus gold players. And then the rest are less than 80 plus, which is, good for team builders, but you're never going to pull anything from these packs. So I don't think that these packs are that good. And I think that rewards either need to be downgraded at the start of the year and then upgraded through the year, or just better, full stop, all around Division 1 through 6. It just needs to be better. I also think the Division 1 through 10 is way better than Division 1 through 6. I think they should go back to that, but that's another story. Next are the win rewards. The win rewards are nice freebies, but they also need to be better. Maybe instead of, winning 1 or 2 games to get a premium pack, you maybe get 15 or 20 wins, and then you get an ultimate or jumbo pack or something like that, jumbo elite pack or ultimate pack, something like that, so that they're actually worth it to grind rather than just getting, 2 wins in a row and you get a premium pack. Like, who cares about a premium pack? That's what I think that weekly win rewards should be. And maybe instead of anything else, just make the win rewards the only rewards and just get rid of the point rewards completely and make the win rewards actually worth it to grind, and then you get them at the end of the week or you get them as you're going. It doesn't really matter. Next is squad battles. Squad battles needs a complete overhaul, straight up. They're nice for freebies, but they also need to be better. They should no longer be top 100 rewards. I was reading the wrong part of my script. They should no longer be top 100 rewards. And instead, they should preset certain thresholds that are not dynamic, meaning that Elite 1, you need to get 50,000 points for Elite 1. As soon as you get 50,000 points, you can't drop below Elite 1. And that way, everybody who gets 50,000 points knows they get Elite 1, and they know how many points going into the week they need to get Elite 1. So I think that's what should happen. Maybe even set the Elite 1 at a higher threshold. Maybe set it at, 55, 60K. Instead of 50K, just so it's a little bit harder to get. But still, that threshold needs to be set where people know how much they have to grind to be able to get it, because it's so disappointing, grinding out all of your squad battles games on superstar difficulty and getting stuck with Elite 1 rewards and missing out on rank 100 by like 3 points, you know what I mean? So once you get a certain threshold of points, you can't drop out of the division. That's how I think squad battle should work. Let me know in the comments if that's what you think. And then finally, Hut Rush. You know what? To be frank with you guys, it's a complete waste of time right now. Don't even play Hut Rush. Don't even think about playing Hut Rush. It takes so long to grind it out, and it's not worth it. And the final tier reward just needs to be better. At the very least, an ultimate choice pack. Even if it's untradeable, at least you get an ultimate choice pack. At least the grind is worth it then, instead of getting a 50k pack at the end of it that's just going to give you a whole bunch of non-rare golds. You know what I mean? So I think Hut Rush needs a complete overhaul. It needs to have better rewards, and it should be able either it needs to have better rewards, or the rewards need to be a lot easier to get, like they were last year. And finally, the gameplay. So this aspect of the game has nothing to do with Hut developers. The Hut developers are content team and spans across all the game modes. Personally, I'm just going to talk about Hut specifically because that's the game mode that I play and we play on the channel here. First things first is the server delay needs to be fixed. That means adding a server in, say, Toronto or something, so that the QCs don't have such an advantage, making it peer-to-peer, which admittedly probably wouldn't work, because the people who have bad internet are just going to be at an advantage, kind of, because they're going to be used to playing on the bad internet, and if you matchmake with somebody with bad internet, then you're going to be lagging. So I don't think peer-to-peer really works, but at least adding another server in Toronto so that people in Toronto aren't playing on 20, 30 ping, while people in Quebec are playing on 1 and 2 ping. It's just such an advantage on this game, and it just needs to be fixed straight up. Next thing is goalies, and I think this is the biggest part of gameplay this year that needs to be fixed. As a goalie myself, I should not be seeing goals go in that would never be let in real life, and saves be made that should never be saved in real life, or at least at 1% chance of being saved, and they get saved like 90% of the time. The goalies are completely backwards and they need to be fixed. Glitch wraps and tip shots and short side snipes need to be patched, because there's almost no chance that those go in real life. The only ones are tip shots, but tip shots in this game go in like 100% of the time, and in real life they go in maybe like 5-10% of the time if you get the tip on it. And then also cross creases need to be buffed. Cross creases are the main way you score in real life. I don't care what you guys say about, cross creases are so toxic. Defend it. That's what you have to do in real life too. Every time a team is on the power play, look at the Tampa Bay Lightning power play. They only go for cross crease passes, okay? Those goals should go in every time, almost every time. If your player has like 80 accuracy, then maybe sometimes they miss the net. If they have 90 accuracy, they should be hitting the net most of the time. That's what I think. The gameplay is completely broken this year. This is the worst gameplay we've had, full stop, since like NHL. I don't even know. This is the worst gameplay we've had, I think, ever in Hut. Even since like some of the old legacy games, like 15 and them, that weren't very good. I don't even know if 15 was a bad one. It was either 13 or 15. I think that was the bad one, or 14 maybe. I don't know. One of them was bad. I think it was the one with Giroux or Bergeron on the title. I can't remember. But one of those games were bad. This is the worst game since that game. So Drop any of your comments down below if you think of things that you think need to be changed on this game. I want to see what you guys think are the biggest problems with this game, so drop them in the comment section below. Make sure to not be too toxic. I don't want to be too toxic. Just say like what you think is broken about the game and why you think it needs to be fixed and how you would go about fixing it. Don't say like, oh, this game sucks, I don't want to buy it, I want a refund, stuff like that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.